Who pops next? Ravens pop next? What's your general sense here?
I think like the Ravens situation is another one that's interesting, and I put them in the Steelers category in that one, they've made very successful off the board hires. John Harbaugh and Mike Tomlin were off the board hires, right? Like that wasn't anybody's hot candidate in 07 or 08. And they have a lot to sell. So this isn't like some sort of reclamation project for anyone coming in. And I think, the flip side of it is for that reason, the candidates have to fit them as much as, they have to build something for their coaching candidates. So I think it's at least interesting that Jesse Minter was just in there yesterday. He worked there before. They know him. They've been able to see Mike Macdonald's success in Seattle. Mike Macdonald and Jesse Minter worked together in Baltimore, and Minter succeeded Macdonald at Michigan and had similar success. And now Jesse Minter is canceling his interview with the Browns today. Just interesting. Minter also interviewed with the Raiders the day before that. There are Michigan connections there too with Tom Brady and John Spytek. So that's an interesting name. I think Brian Flores is seen as a program fit for Baltimore. Again, like I look at them as one, Clint Kubiak's another one that has some ties there. I think that's one where they can be patient and let the process play out. But it wouldn't shock me if, Jesse Minter wound up being the guy.
Yeah, that wouldn't shock me either. So who are the Browns looking at?
Well, I mean, like I think I felt like all along, like Jim Schwartz sort of had the inside track here. I think they want to keep Jim Schwartz in the building based on what they know about him. And if you really drill down, like if we're being fair about this, Jim Schwartz, his time in Detroit, his third year they broke through. He took over a winless team. His third year they break through and make the playoffs for the first time in forever. And I think what kind of took them down there was more a roster building thing than anything else. Like I think he had really believed that he could make it work with kind of some wayward players. And they had a disastrous draft in 11 with Nick Fairley and Titus Young and Mikel LaSure, where that like Jeff Fisher Titans model didn't really work for them. But I think there's some merit to the idea of Jim Schwartz. And again, I think they'd like to keep him in the building in some capacity. And then you look at the young offensive names. Grant Udinski is going to be in there tomorrow, the Jaguars offensive coordinator. He's only 30. They're hoping for a chance to talk to Nathan Schiehlhaas, the Rams pass game coordinator, early next week when he's allowed to do a second interview with them. So I think Jim Schwartz, I think their preference is to have Jim Schwartz as part of the equation. And, I think it'll either be Jim Schwartz or one of these young offensive guys with Jim Schwartz as the defensive coordinator.
Hey, you made it all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Check us out every single day streaming live on Disney Plus and the ESPN app 12 to 3 Eastern.